everybody. Welcome to Saint Misbehavin', the podcast about saints from people who are not. I am your host, Matthew Shadorn, and I'm joined, as always, by my chief researcher / lowest ranking member of the Saints Misbehavin' organization,
Wow.
Anna Dominy.
I had a 1 in 2 chance of being the highest ranking member of the organization.
Well, there's a few other people that you may not be aware of that are between you
What?
and
Who?
the top of the organization.
Oh my god. Have you just given Alice and Tavish titles without
No.
consulting me?
This isn't blind nepotism like Sarah, who made the theme song.
Oh, fair. Okay. Sarah
She's
is
higher
great,
up than
to be
you.
fair. She's also funnier than me. I don't know why she's not
She refused.
the second... Oh, okay. Well, that's
So,
harsh, but fair.
Yeah, she had no interest in this topic. You, however,
I'm so interested.
you were so interested, yeah.
So interested.
Anna, how have you been today?
I feel like you know the answer, Matthew. I have been drinking. That's how I've been.
Yeah.
It's a bank holiday, so we're recording for the 6th of June, but it's actually the 30th of May, which, as you know, well, you might not know because you don't currently work, but it's a bank holiday. So
I heard it was a bank holiday, yeah.
we have been celebrating. So there's no work tomorrow, so we've been drinking in a friend's garden.
That's nice. Have you done anything particularly saintly or had anything miraculous happen lately?
I did have a near-death experience in a manor.
I feel like it's
a
not. I feel like
fashion.
the manner that it is that it wasn't a near-death experience.
Well,
but
it could
please
have
go
been.
ahead.
Okay, so I ordered a load of stuff from Daily Info, which, as you know, is the listings website that I work for. Anyone in Oxford / Oxfordshire can list stuff that they have for sale, right? And it's regulated more than Facebook Marketplace because we have actual humans checking stuff rather than algorithm.
Right.
So Danny and I decided that as we live next to a park and it's summer, we wanted some badminton kits, like some badminton rackets, maybe some shuttlecocks as well, because we thought it'd be great to have loads of park equipment that we could just take to the park next to our house.
Does the park have badminton courts?
No, but you can just, plonk them in the ground, set up the nets. All you need really is a racket. So I was like, okay, we want some badminton rackets, but as you know, I'm very environmentally conscious, so I didn't want to buy them new. So I was like, obviously, Daily Info is the first place we should be looking. And lo and behold, went on Daily Info on the sports equipment page, and there were a load of badminton rackets for sale. So I contacted the guy, but it turns out the guy selling the badminton rackets was also selling a load of other stuff. We've just bought a flat that we need to furnish. So I looked at his other listings, and I got badminton rackets, some photo frames, a cocktail making set, the results of which you're maybe coming through the microphone right now,
Right.
and a few other bits and bobs. And this guy, he'd put a postcode near our postcode as his location of the listings. So I sent him an email. You can do it anonymously, and I sent him an email. I was like, hello, I'm interested in these things, but since you're quite nearby, I could actually come and pick them up. And he was like, oh, that's just an address I put to show that I'm nearby, but I actually work there, but I don't actually live there, but I can deliver to you, so let me know your address, which is a bit scary. So I initially let him know my address, but with a different door number. That was my idea for safety, but then
those people would get murdered.
yeah, that's the thing. When he showed up, I heard him pressing the doorbell. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to just pretend that was a typo. So I went down, and he was really strange, and I was like, oh, so you got some really cool stuff, have you been having a clear out? And he was just like, oh, yes. And so that made me instantly feel like he'd murdered someone. It was just a weird way of explaining how he'd got this stuff. And then I was like, oh, can I PayPal you? And he was like, I'd really rather have cash. And I was like, well, if I PayPal you, I can do it straight away. Whereas if you need cash, I'll have to walk to the cash point to get cash out. And he was like, well, I can take you in my car. And I was like, no, that's okay. So I ended up walking to the shop to get the cash out and then walked back. So he was happy to stay there for 20 minutes while I went to the shop and back to get cash. But I feel like, you know that scene in Silence of the Lambs when the guy's like, help me get this sofa in the van.
Right.
I feel like if I accepted his lift, then I might not be talking to you right now.
He was probably not a murderer. He was probably just
He was really strange. Like when,
burglar.
Explaining how he got all that stuff. And it was like, a pair of women's rollerblades, some like photo frames that were, and not wanting to be gender stereotypical, but you wouldn't, if you were a single man, you wouldn't have that shit in your house, is what I'm saying. And so he came across as quite murdery.
Oh yeah. Again, he's probably just like your average like meth head who robbed somebody's house.
But hang on. So I got the cash. I brought it back to him. I handed it over. It was like, that should have been the end. And he was like, it seems very quiet around here. Do you find it's quiet? And it was like, that was ringing alarm bells. Because it was like, yes, too quiet. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was half expecting to get back into my flat and find he'd like chainsaw massacred everyone in the building.
Was Danny there?
Yeah. But he was already at work. So he was like, just on his computer. But like, yeah, it was just a bit strange. And I feel like a little bit vulnerable for having given him my address.
Well, your neighbor's address.
Yeah. But it was all very strange.
Yeah.
And I think, from a saintly perspective, it counts as a near-death experience.
I don't say that was very saintly, but yeah.
He could have bundled me into the car, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And I survived.
Yes. It's a harrowing tale of survival and...
I think so. Just call me... What was her name last week? The one who lost her head.
Oh, that was several weeks ago.
Just call me her. What was her name?
Saint Solange.
Solange, that was it. Just call me Saint Solange.
So...
I'm the patron saint of obtaining secondhand homewares without getting murdered.
Yeah, good job. I haven't done anything saintly, but I haven't done anything particularly good, but I have. I'm doing a bit of evangelizing. I'm trying to spread the gospel about
this podcast.
No, I'm trying to spread the gospel about the bagel button.
What?
Anna, have you heard the good news about the bagel button?
I have not heard the good news. I'm ready to be evangelized about the bagel button. Tell me more.
So you have a toaster, yes?
Yes.
So on your toaster is a button that either says bagel or
or is a bagel.
Or is a bagel. See, on mine it's shaped like a bagel, which means that there's just a circle there.
Are we gonna have to stop recording so I can go and investigate my toaster?
Yeah, you might as well. Why don't you go check your toaster?
Okay. I'll be right back. I went and investigated my toaster. I don't think I have a bagel button on my toaster.
Really? You must have an exceedingly cheap toaster.
We probably do.
Yeah.
I think it was like £10.
Okay, yeah. Well, most toasters of minor amount of quality will have a bagel button on their toaster.
What does it look like? We've got a defrost button, an early eject button, and then like a dial 1 to 6 for toaster intensity level.
No. There should be a third button.
Okay, we don't have that. So I feel like this is a very elitist gospel.
This is not
elite. For people. How much did you spend on your toaster?
It's maybe a 30-pound toaster, and we only spent that much because we wanted one that was a specific color that matched our kitchen.
I'm sure we only had a 20-pound toaster. I mean, it's Russell Hobbs. It's not like Tesco own brand.
Well, I don't know. Anyway,
I think maybe you lucked out spending 30 quid on a toaster that happened to have a bagel button. I don't think you should be so bagel button normative. I feel like you're just assuming that your toaster is the default when actually you're very fancy.
I don't think that we're that fancy, and honestly I feel like this has been on every toaster I've had.
Matthew, check your bagel privilege, okay?
Okay, fine. It's my toaster privilege, but yes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
What does it do? Does it make the grills like wider so they can fit half a bagel
if you let me explain, if you weren't just constantly jumping down my throat.
Sorry, the Jewish side of me is like really eager to learn about this.
Yes. So the way this came up is I was watching Alice make a bagel, and I was like, why aren't you using the bagel button? And she was like, the what button? And I was like, the bagel button. It's right there. It's always, have you never used the bagel button when you're making bagels? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh.
My God.
And so she didn't know about this. And I found out this weekend that her sister didn't know.
It's an American thing.
It's not. It's on European toasters.
Yeah. But bagels are more American.
Maybe. But so here's what it does. So what you do is you cut the bagel in half. Mm-hmm. You put the bagel in so that the cut sides are facing each other.
Yeah.
And you press the bagel button. It turns off the heating elements on the outside.
Oh, and just does it on the inside.
Yeah. So it just toasts the cut side of the bagel, but then the rest of the bagel is still soft and chewy.
That is very clever, to be fair.
is very nice, and it makes for a bagel better experience. A better bagel experience.
That's a new tongue twister for our age.
Yeah.
Better bagel, bagel better.
Better bagel experience. Yeah. But here's the other thing. That you can also use the bagel button for buns. You can use it for English muffins. You can use it for all sorts of things. Just those three things. But like I'm saying, if 90% of toasters, except for the very low end toasters
that I have, yes,
that you have, yeah, which you're not. You don't.
Go on.
You're very young. You haven't learned the simple pleasure of a quality toaster.
A quality.
I mean,
if it turns the bread from like floppy and white to like a bit firmer and brown, right. I feel like it's done its job.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get the good word out
I
there.
feel like that's overly sophisticated.
It's not. It's very simple, and it makes the bagel experience more enjoyable.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever made bagels in my current toaster, so clearly it's not a need that I have, perhaps.
All right.
Anyway, thank you for evangelizing about this.
It's not just about you. I'm trying to teach our audience. I want people to
know. That
is
good. You've added value for our listeners there. That's very commercially savvy.
Anyways, enough about this nonsense. Anna, today is June 6th.
Thank God it's June the 6th. 2021. Because that's what I researched for.
I was also on pins and needles.
About whether it would be like, oh, I thought it was the 12th.
Well, I have November 3rd here in my nose.
This is what happens when you don't pay your staff, okay?
Well, if you want to move up in the ranks, you're going to have to start getting these dates right. And so you're on the first step. So.
Yes.
Anna, it's June 6th. Who is today's saint?
Today's saint is Saint Norbert of Xantem.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy his name.
Was Saint Norbert of Xanten picked solely based on his name?
Mainly, yes.
Yeah. So what's
his deal?
Yeah, what's that guy's up to?
Norbert. So Norbert was born in Xanten, as you might predict from his name.
Okay. Follow question.
Where is Xanten?
Where is Xanten? Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should ask because the other half of that sentence was near Rhineland, the Rhineland in Germany.
Oh, okay.
So he grew up and was educated in Xanten in the electorate of Cologne. So I'm guessing it's kind of near France because that sounds kind of French, but I don't know.
Cologne? I don't know. It's part of Germany, right?
Yeah, but it sounds a little bit French.
Wait, when was this again?
So he was alive from around 1075 to 1134. So some people say he was born in 1080.
But those people don't know shit.
Yeah, basically. Well, it was medieval, so our exact dates and indeed geography are a bit sketchy. But we know that his father, Heribert...
Wow. Well, it's one of those episodes, huh?
His father, Heribert, Count of Xanten, was a member of high nobility of the Holy Roman Empire.
Wait, he was the Count of Xanten?
Yeah, so he was a big aristo. So his dad was Heribert, the Count of Xanten.
But he was of Xantham.
So I feel like Xanten was probably an area in Xanten.
Oh, okay.
So it was like his dad was in charge of everywhere and he was born in a specific place.
Okay.
He was also related to the House of Lorraine.
Oh, the famous quiche makers.
Yes. There's sadly nothing about his quiche making abilities. So Norbert, through the influence of his family, he obtained a financial subsidy from the parish church of St. Victor at Xanten, and so he accepted ordination to the subdeaconate. So basically, he chose to go into the church because he got like a grant.
Right.
Classic case of the aristocracy scraping money from the state, but no one ever complains about that because they're all focused on alleged benefit fraud, right?
Yeah. It's like the people are like, come from a privileged background, so I can get an unpaid internship.
Yeah. It's like that meme of like, what's classy if you're rich, but trashy if you're poor. It's like taking money from the state.
Right. Or working for free.
Yeah, exactly.
So he got a grant from the church to
start being a subdeacon.
I see. Okay. So he's a well-connected deacon, subdeacon.
Yeah, subdeacon, he's an aristocrat. So
how does the subdeacon work in the rank of the church?
I feel like it's a bit like how like a lot of posh girls become like executive assistants or personal assistants. It's just like I'm posh and therefore I can get the work done.
Right. So is it okay, so he is like the assistant to the deacon.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Okay. I was wondering if it was like regional manager.
Yeah.
Or some kind of
assistant regional manager versus assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, according to the Catholic Encyclopedia, he had a stately bearing, a penetrating intellect, a tender, earnest heart, which marked him as a future apostle. However,
you know what? That's really funny because that used to be my Tinder bio.
But according to Catholic Online, there's a very different account that said the early part of his life was devoted to the world and its pleasures. He entered upon the ecclesiastical state in a worldly spirit. He'd moved easily from the comforts of the noble family he was born into to the pleasure-loving German court. He had no hesitations about joining in any opportunity to enjoy himself, no matter what the source of that pleasure.
Okay.
So we can just speculate about how he used his connections to further his own entertainment.
Yeah, so he was a real party boy. I love the phrase, it's like, no matter what the source of the pleasure. And it feels like there's like a wink or something, like an implied wink, or like, you know, it's like, we all, you know what we mean, right? Like,
yes, I couldn't get any extrapolation on that, but that was from Catholic Online, so I feel like they wouldn't really have gone into much more detail about that.
That's some kinky sex stuff.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
You know, but like middle-aged kinky sex stuff. So like,
and from a Catholic perspective, that would be like, you know, asking a woman for her consent and then not leading to procreation afterwards.
Foreplay. Yeah, I mean, like these are
all kinds of bastardly sins, you know.
Yeah. He kissed a woman before penetrating her. How dare he?
That's not what Jesus wanted.
That's not what Jesus wanted.
I feel like it's time to disclaim, like, you know, the official position of Saint Misbehaving Podcast is that
you should always kiss a woman at least once before penetrating.
Well, I was going to say, you know, enthusiastic consent is important, but
enthusiastic consent.
Translate it as that.
Or, you know, or kiss a man once before penetrating him.
Yes, so. not women, anyone.
Anybody.
Also ask.
Also ask. No, actually, let's reverse those. Let's say asking first.
Yeah, before any kind of sexual
enthusiastic consent is important, but not so much in the Middle Ages, maybe.
No.
Or it was probably important to a number of people, but they didn't have as much say in what was happening.
Yes. I gotta love the Middle Ages for feminism and sex positivity. So this is a fun fact. So as a subdeacon, you asked what his deal was as a subdeacon, and I can tell you now. His only task was to chant the divine office at the church. So he didn't even have to have a good singing voice. He's he was paid for chanting.
This is a real make work kind of, you know, you're really connected and it's like, hey, can you give my kid a job? Like,
we've got a really important thing for you to do. You just have to repeat this one phrase over and over.
So it's like, he's probably like the youngest son of this count.
Yeah.
He's a real fuck up. He's just going around drinking a bunch.
Yeah.
Doing drugs, screwing everything that moves.
Yeah. Any source of pleasure, he'll be in that.
Right. They're like, hey, you need to get a job. I set you up with this job with the church.
You literally cannot fuck it up. He's literally just learning one phrase and saying it over and over again.
Yeah, it's like, you got to come in on Sunday. You have to do like 10 minutes of work, and then you can just do whatever you want for the rest of the week.
That's your whole salary. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, and you get paid for this. It's total. This is like total make work nepotism. You know,
right?
This is like, we're just gonna give you a sweet job somewhere in, not the government, because, you know, whatever, the church. Next
I guess the church is pretty much there.
Yeah,
but would you believe that was too much to ask? So he paid someone a small fee to take his place in the choir.
Oh, man. This guy.
Right? I mean, I feel like I respect him more for that.
I see where he's coming from, because he's like, I don't want to be in this church. I want to go live my life.
I want to go fuck people.
Yeah, I want to go have sex with people. I heard about there's this crazy new thing going around called a hand job. I want to go see what that's about.
I'm heading to Paris to discover that.
Yeah. It's like, I just want to drink and have fun and not waste my life in a church.
No one wants to be, I mean, what a shit. Because, like, you know, getting paid to sing, that's kind of the dream. Especially if you're not great at it, you know? It's like, singing's really good for you. Getting stuff off your chest. Like, yeah, it's like when I worked for a cancer charity, we used to have singing for well-being sessions. Because it was like, you know, just singing, it's like the same kind of mechanism as in your body as, like, yelling. So you're literally just pushing stuff off your chest, right? It's, like, really good for you.
Were you singing songs, or were you just singing your anxieties like, I hate my boss, he sucks, he's always micromanaging me.
That was pretty much it. But you know, when
also, he said something inappropriate about my blouse the other day, and I'm not really sure how to take it.
Anyway, the point was that singing did help, but not enough that I stayed.
Okay.
But yeah.
Hey guys, cancer's a real super bummer, so I'm gonna leave.
Do you know who's a bigger bummer than cancer? My boss. I hasten to add, like, ex-boss.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've got off on a tangent.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that if I didn't sing well, I would hate for that to be my job.
Well, if you were rich as well, and you could get away with just paying, like, say you were being paid $10 an hour to sing, and you just, or euros, because we're in Germany, marks. Who knows what it was in the 11th century.
Doubloons.
Yes.
6 chickens. I don't know, whatever.
So you're being offered 6 chickens per hour
to
sing, and you can offer some servant 4 chickens per hour.
Right.
You're getting 2 chickens per hour for fuck all.
Did you ever hear about that guy who he did some Silicon Valley like coding job, and he got paid like $70,000 a year.
Wow.
And he realized that he could hire somebody in India to do the job.
Oh God.
For like $10,000 a year.
Oh no.
So he just hired this guy to do all his work for him, and pocketed $60,000 for nothing.
And tell me, that guy was Elon Musk.
That young man's name. Yeah, it was you've got to work smarter, not harder. Actually, apparently they eventually got caught and fired.
Well, that's good.
Hopefully the Indian guy got a job out of it.
Yes. You'd hope so.
Probably not, but
no.
I think this was the guy. It was like he became horribly addicted to video games because he had nothing to do all day. So
he was just making silly money doing nothing.
Yeah. So instead of like doing something with his life, he was like.
Yeah. To be fair, you can sink a lot of time into video games. Like I have a full-time job, and I still spend a lot of time playing video games.
You should take that time and focus it on this podcast.
I mean, I'm insulted that you're implying that I haven't, based on the quality of this research.
I'm just saying we could go up to weekly if you weren't playing something.
Oh God, maybe. I mean, if you start paying me, I might start respecting you.
Hurtful. But you know what? I respect you for, I'm promoting you up around.
Wow.
Now you're the second lowest ranking.
What a moment we've had.
For the organization.
Live on this podcast, been promoted. What a day.
Yeah.
And I'm drunk at work as well.
I know.
Imagine what I could achieve if I was sober.
What were we talking about? Yeah. So
this guy is a boss, and he was paying someone else to do his 1 hour of singing a week or whatever.
Right.
But while someone else was singing in his place, he was becoming a friend / religious counselor / chaplain to the Emperor Henry V in Cologne. Now, I don't know if that's the Henry V that's like in the Shakespeare plays, or if it's a Henry V in Germany.
Well, wasn't that Henry V an English monarch?
Weren't they the same one? Well, I think there's King Henry V and Emperor Henry V. So yeah, this was Henry V of the Holy Roman Empire. So I think he's a German 5th Henry as opposed to an English one, probably called Heinrich.
Heinrich the Vice. What's the German word?
I don't know German, as you know from the Flesh House anecdote.
Yes, I thought you were going to be like, he's actually doesn't want to do the singing. He wants to go out and he wants to help like the poor and impoverished.
No, he just wanted to become friends with the emperor. Yeah,
with the emperor. Yeah, he's just using this time to suck up to the emperor. So
he's networking basically.
Yeah. He's like, he wants to get back in that court and get invited to parties and things and get out of the lame church life.
Yes, exactly. But So basically, according to what I've read, the salaries from his family fund and from the royal treasury for counselling Henry V were enough to like allow him to live like a nobleman.
Okay.
So it was like the church was a profession that you could get into for status.
Right.
Without actually doing any of the commitment to the poor, as you say, the like religious stuff. It was more about status.
Right. It turns out that organized religion allows people to
What?
garner quite a bit of power. So
knock
if you
me
were
down
saying-
with a feather. What? This
if
is
you were
news.
an unscrupulous person, say,
Yeah,
not
you
that
could get far in the church.
I mean, here's the thing. It's been 2,000 years of history in the church.
Things have changed since then.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're going to have one bad apple. So it's good that we've,
at least one. We've
we
got
got
him out
this-
of the way now, yeah.
Yeah, we got this Norbert. He's done. I was like, it's a blip,
Yeah. And everything's better. It's like, when Barack Obama became president of the US, no more racism.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Similar. Yeah.
So this guy purged all the badness. He was the bad guy in the church, and then everything's been fine since.
Everybody learned their lesson. Yeah. And they said, okay, well, we'll put some guardrails in here so this doesn't happen again. And it never did.
And everything's been fine since then. You heard it here first on the
So wait, so
Misbehaving Pod.
yeah. So this guy's a saint, right?
Yeah.
So
Things had to change, obviously.
yeah, I was gonna say, is there a turn here? Does he have a near-death experience himself?
No,
or
he's just the saint of drinking, fucking, having a great time.
Yeah.
No, he avoided ordination to the priesthood and even declined an appointment as Bishop of Cambrai in 1113, which suggests to me that his colleagues were not great judges of character based on everything he was doing. Like, you should be a bishop. I
Right.
feel like that's not.
Well, this again feels like his dad stepping in, like,
Yeah.
can you just give him a diocese, make him
Yeah.
a bishop? Like, well, because if he wasn't a priest, like, so he's jumping the line from priest to bishop.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like, and
I think it's like, well, you're posh, so you could get away with it.
yeah. I mean,
Right.
that's obviously, he comes from a good family. He'd be a great bishop.
Yes.
And then
Because, like,
maybe-
clearly, having a lot of privilege means you're well equipped to look after a nation,
Yeah.
as we know.
Maybe it was like he would be the bishop of this, like, an island in the middle of the Baltic Sea or something. Like,
The
it's
place
just like,
that just did not matter.
yeah. It's like, fucking, they were like, his dad gave us a ton of money. Should we just make him, let's make him a bishop of this
Yeah, that was
island?
probably
It's like,
it.
there's only sheep on that island. Like,
Yes, I am the bishop of the sheep. That would be fun if that was his thing.
Yeah.
If he was the saint of sheep.
I don't know. After hearing about this guy, I feel like he'd be molesting those sheep. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you'll be thrilled to know that he had a conversion experience in that case.
Despite already being fairly high up in the clergy,
Yes.
he suddenly had a conversion experience.
Indeed. So, are you ready for this?
I don't think I am, but let's go anyway.
So one day in the spring of 1115,
Uh-huh.
so the year 1115 years after our Lord.
Yeah, we know how time works.
Thank you. As he rode his horse to Vreden in the western part of the Munsterland, which
See-
sounds like a great place.
Now wait, is this where Munster cheese comes from?
That's a good point. Oh my God. You're going to sidetrack me, aren't you? I should look that up.
Wait, no, I think you said it was from France.
Yes. Well, it's all because the region was differently defined, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
So France, Germany was like all the same.
Hmm.
I feel like you hired me to be research, not geography.
I forget I'm not supposed to ask you geography questions. That was explicitly in your contract.
So it's in Germany, but it's like north of the Rhine / Westphalia, which I think was like, France and Germany are near each other. Let's just
Right.
leave it at that.
Spoiler alert, France and Germany are near each other. But this part is not anywhere near France. And forget it. There's no reason to go down this rabbit hole.
It could be.
It could be. It's on the borders of the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a comedy / theological history podcast. Geography is tangential.
Yeah, you know what you need to turn into our geography podcast? Ain't map behaving.
Nice.
Okay, so he was on his way to Munsterland.
Yeah.
And,
Suddenly, a storm kicked up.
uh-huh.
So it was a brutal
Is he going to end up at Dracula's castle?
Well, his horse's foot got struck by lightning.
Huh. Wait, what's his... Okay. Because what I know about lightning is it likes to strike the highest point of an object.
Well, I think maybe it just missed his actual horse, so it struck the ground at his horse's foot.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So the horse freaked out, reared up, and threw its rider off.
Okay.
So Norbert was thrown to the ground, which knocked him out, and he was unconscious for nearly an hour, such that not even the thunder or the pounding rain would wake him up.
Okay.
It was said to have been nearly fatal, throwing off. So I guess he probably hit his head as he got thrown off.
Sure.
I've fallen off a horse and I stayed conscious. So where's my sainthood?
Yeah, I'm not some pussy like this Norbert.
I
Can't even fall off of a horse. Grow a sack, man.
They say that, to ride a horse properly, you have to fall off 7 times. I feel like he would never have been a good horse rider at this point.
Well, hey, but if you fall off 7 times, you have to fall off that first time, right?
That's
so
true.
You can't really fault somebody for falling off. Yeah, it's like he's clearly got a lot of learning to do.
Yeah, that's
about
true.
Falling.
Being in the upper echelons of society, he'd never been at the bottom, right?
No.
So this was a learning experience. But no, it was said to have been near fatal and therefore profoundly humbling. So he woke up from this unconsciousness or coma, and his first words were, "Lord, what do you want me to do?" Which coincidentally were the same words spoken by Saul/Paul on the road to Damascus, which, we don't know, big conversion.
Was it coincidental because he'd never once paid attention to
the
anything
Bible,
in church? Yeah, or the Bible.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, wow, that was actually in the Bible?
We can tell that it was genuine because there's no way he would have revised that. Yeah.
Right.
And apparently, in response to his question, he heard in his heart nothing to do with potentially having a head injury at this point.
No.
Turn from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. Okay. So this was a big conversion event, basically.
Right.
/ delusion from hitting his head. The jury's out.
You know what? It's as far as head injuries go, this seems like a more productive one than most people get.
Yeah, like you want to start off being a dickhead and then get a head injury rather than the other way around.
The other way around, yeah. So the voice says, "Do good."
Seek peace.
It's like, hey, have you tried not being an asshole?
Yeah, basically.
He heard it in his heart.
He did.
Which famous hearing organ, the heart.
Not disturbing at all.
No,
his faith deepened. He renounced his appointment at court and he returned to Xanten to lead a life of penance.
Oh, okay.
Wait. So it was a genuine conversion event.
Right. Okay. Good for him.
So he was
penance and good works and stuff.
Yeah. So he was in the church for the status and the money and the connections.
Right. As most of us are.
Certainly we are. So we're making a lot of friends through this podcast. Making a lot of money. There's a lot of corruption.
No, yeah, we are definitely. We're so corrupt now. We're just like we take all our filthy lucre and we use it to buy drugs and alcohol and cockfights.
Please subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah.
It goes to good causes. So he basically turned his life around from this point.
Good for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, up to this point, you were like, why is this guy a saint? I mean, clearly he's a legend, but why a saint?
Sure. I mean, he seems like a really fun dude to be around.
Yeah, but
probably not
so
actually.
holy.
He was probably a dick.
A narcissist, yeah.
Yeah.
But after this point, his faith deepened. He renounced his appointment in court, and he returned to Xanten to lead a life of penance, placing himself under the direction of Kono, the abbot of St. Siegeberg, near Cologne.
Wait. How long was that? Conan, the abbot of where?
Kono, the abbot of St. Siegeberg, near Cologne.
Oh, Saint Siegeberg.
That sounds like a tongue twister, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, also, I love the name of a town called Siegeberg. They're just like
they're always just getting attacked.
Yeah, it's like we're constantly understanding. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just call ourselves Siegeberg because apparently every passing army feels like they need to lay siege to our goddamn town.
Yeah. Sadly I couldn't find anything further on Siegeberg, so maybe it doesn't exist anymore, which makes sense if it was always under siege. It's probably
they were like, you know what, guys,
different kingdom now.
we try to make a go of it in Siegeberg. I feel like it's the best thing is that we just go our separate ways.
Yeah, that's fair. So, in gratitude to Kono, I guess, for his advice, in 1115, Norbert founded the Abbey of Furstenberg, which I feel like we've heard of before, and I'm not sure why. Or maybe all the bergs sound similar.
I think the bergs start to run together.
Okay, well, we'll leave that thread then.
It's much better than the Abbey of Seckenberg, right?
Nice.
Yeah, anyways.
So yeah, Norbert founded the Abbey of Furstenberg.
Okay.
And endowed it with a portion of his property. So he's actually spending money on the church at this point, rather than just
draining the church of its wealth. Yeah.
Yeah. And he made it over to Kono and Kono's Benedictine successors. So he was giving away his wealth, which is like a big change for old Norbs. And he was ordained to the priesthood shortly after that. So it's like he resisted priesthood beforehand, presumably because of celibacy, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Now he's like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck no more.
It was probably still a little bit like a little bit, right? Like no, not at all. Really, just like not even. Wait, but I just found out about this thing called a hand job. That's okay, right?
It's the latest trend.
Everybody's doing it in Paris. Also, I mean, like, well, I guess if you're a priest, you can still drink wine and stuff. So it's probably all right.
But the point is, he was much more sincere.
He was more pious now, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And sincere, yeah. Like he was actually, I actually believe this garbage now. So.
Because I had a head injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, all the other priests were like, wait, you believe it because of what? And another priest was like, no, don't rock the boat. It's fine.
Did you see that video of there was some guy, I think Nigel Farage had a radio show where you could phone in and someone phoned him up and he was like, Nigel, I gotta hand it to you. I never believed in Brexit, but I had a profound event in my life that made me realise that you were right, and I now fully believe that the UK shouldn't be part of the EU, and that's all thanks to this profound event in my life that made me realise that you were right. And Nigel Farage was like, what was that event? And the caller...
Solid Farage, by the way.
Thank you. And the caller was like, I was kicked in the head by a horse. And Farage just looks like really pissed off, as you can imagine. I feel like this is a similar sort of conversion process.
Yeah. I mean, he must have had other friends in the clergy who were all like, can you believe what we're getting away with now? And then when he actually was like, they're like, wait, you really believe this shit now?
Yeah, totally. Well, it's interesting you should bring that up because the level of transformation that he went through and the conversion meant that a lot of people denounced him as a hypocrite because they were like, he'd suddenly been all Bible-y and everyone was like, you're just, some dickhead. Why, we don't think that you're sincere.
Oh, okay.
One cleric even spat in his face. Because
is it harsh?
Yeah, I feel like Norbert, has a lot similar trajectory to Nigel Farage here.
Actually, you know what?
Because obviously someone threw a milkshake at Farage, so it's classic. Similar, analogous.
I feel like before Norbert got sincere, he had probably been in this cleric's church and gotten really drunk and pissed in the holy water, and so he hadn't seen him since, and he's just he's like, hey, I believe now. And
it's dude. Fuck you. Yeah, I'll believe you if you clean up this piss that's still here.
Yeah. But I can see why he started giving away a lot of money, because it's like, well, does this change your mind?
Yeah. Oh my God. You would not
this bag of gold ducats.
Brace yourself, Matthew, because that's exactly what happened.
Oh.
So to prove that he wasn't a hypocrite, Norbert responded to this criticism by giving away everything he owned to the poor.
Oh. And
he went to the Pope for permission to preach and became an itinerant preacher, which meant he travelled around preaching stuff.
By stuff, you mean the word of the Lord.
Yes. Yeah, that is exactly what I mean. Not just hey guys, when you're next horse riding, just pay attention to the beauty of nature. It wasn't like that.
No, it's like, hey, next time you're horse riding, keep an eye on the weather. That's a real...
Don't wear any metal if you're going horse riding in a storm.
Yeah. Don't end up like me with a massive head injury that makes you want to give away all your money.
I feel like more people need to get that kind of head injury.
Fair. It's too bad rich people don't ride horses as much as they used to.
Yeah. But anyway, apparently his ministry was characterized by, quote, an irrepressible urge for for action and wandering.
Okay, an irrepressible urge for action and wandering also sounds like the description of like the Lone Ranger. So he's like riding from town to town, righting wrongs and getting into fights, and then he moves on.
But also with no real direction. Yeah. So he preached throughout lands in what is now Western Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, and northern France.
Yeah.
And he was credited with a number of miracles, such as casting out demons and restoring sight to a blind woman. I feel like restoring sight to a blind woman, that's kind of fair enough, but casting out demons is the kind of miracle that you can just say happened without actually doing anything.
But, then what happened to all the demons?
Well, they're just gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just cast a demon out of you.
Then,
you can't prove that I didn't.
Thank you for that. I feel
You're welcome.
A lot better now.
I'm a saint now.
Yeah. Good. Well, we have to do that 3 times.
Oh, okay. Well, there's another one in there, so just
No, you can't just do it to
brace
me.
yourself. Okay, bring Tavish in here, please.
There's no demons in my baby.
Not that you know of, but I'm holy and I'm telling you.
I used to have a Pekingese. So Pekingese are useless looking little dogs. They're adorable, but they're just like scrunchy faced and like they have a weird underbite. And you're like, why do they even breed these? And so they were bred. We found out they were bred in China to eat demons. And we were like, that's
why
adorable.
their squash faces. Yeah.
And I was just like, that's great. They just run around eating demons.
They look like pugs, but with really long hair.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, they have the same kind of squashed up face, but much longer
very
hair.
Unhealthy.
They're adorable, yeah.
Adorably unhealthy.
Well, we got that one from the shelter.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Anna, where were we with this guy?
Oh, you want to know about the saint now, do you? So he went around Western Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, and northern France, being credited for a number of miracles, such as casting out demons and restoring sight to a blind woman.
Right.
So they're pretty legit miracles.
Right.
Although, as I said, I think casting out demons is a bit of a cop-out.
Well, I don't know. In those days, I think casting out demons was like a catch-all.
It was a big deal. Yeah.
A lot of
healing stuff.
Healing things like that, or even like maybe minor amounts of psychotherapy.
Basically, pay anyone the tiniest bit of attention and that will make them feel better.
Yeah. If you listen to somebody for 30 minutes in the Middle Ages, it really cleared up a lot of things.
Yeah, that's very fair. So he travelled around basically as a preliminary to setting up his own gaff monastery type place.
Okay.
So he was kind of going around learning from other religious communities, I guess.
Okay.
So at some point he went to Paris, and then he went on to Clairvaux at Citeaux. That's apparently a place.
Sounds fancy.
It sounds fancy. That's my GCSE French kicking in there. There he would have seen the Cistercian reforms among the monks.
What is that?
I don't really know, but there was an administrative system that was shaped by the Cistercians, where they'd created an international federation of monasteries with centralized power. But they had local houses that had a certain amount of independence. So they had a load of reforms that were written up into a charter of charity that would significantly affect Norbert, apparently, in his own future work. So I guess he was kind of like an intern at this point, looking at how people organize their own religious monastic communities.
Oh, okay.
So he he had his conversion experience, and then he did a sort of gap year type thing.
Sure. So it sounds like he's traveling around. He's having
taking it a bit seriously, I think.
Yeah. Or like apprenticeships and.
Yeah, a monk, one of those.
Yeah. Okay.
A nunternship, if you will.
Yes.
And so, as I said, a lot of the people who'd known him in his former kind of clerical life denounced him as a hypocrite. They didn't believe that he'd had this conversion.
Which is a very Christian attitude to have.
Yeah.
When people tell you they've changed, to be like, oh, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty
People
much.
don't change. We know.
They said, what would Jesus do? Jesus would tell him to fuck off.
And then spit in his face.
Yeah, very Christian. So in an extreme response to his old ways, and I think also sort of to try and prove that he had fully converted and he was taking it all seriously, he chose the most difficult ways to travel in his missions.
Okay.
To the point where he would...
Coach.
No, so worse.
I'm traveling third class.
Well, pretty much, he'd gone from travelling on a fancy pedigree horse to walking barefoot in the middle of winter through snow and ice. That is pretty extreme, right?
That's it. You know what? I'm going to go too extreme.
Too extreme. Well, 2 of his companions would probably agree, because guess what?
They had to chisel him out of some ice.
Nearly. So 2 of his companions following him on his barefoot journey through snow and ice died from exposure.
Were they also barefoot?
I imagine so, yeah.
This is like, what irony? Like the Sherpas I hired, or like the porters I hired.
These Sherpas are very substandard. They couldn't even handle -5 degrees in barefoot. Yeah. I want a refund. Yeah, so there was an article, I couldn't actually open it because I think it was from a very old website, but it was called like "The Saint Whose Devotion Killed 2 Disciples."
What a great guy. He was so devoted.
So saintly that he killed his friends. Like, I can imagine as well, like, do you believe me now? Do you believe I'm holy? I've just killed my 2 friends. Am I holy enough for you?
Like dragging their corpses up to the church. Look, here's Steve and Tony. They're dead now. I killed them because I was wandering through the snow because you didn't believe me.
Yeah, pretty much. But also, like, where was Jesus in this? Like, surely if they were trying to prove how holy Norbert was, Jesus could have been like, mate, they don't have to die. Look, I'll just heal them. They'll be okay. But no, these guys had to die so that people would believe that Norbert was serious about being holy now.
Also, I feel like this kind of performative holiness is also like, just be good. Nobody needs to know. If you're good, just be good for your own sake.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Like, if they don't want to believe who you are, then I don't know. You
Screw
can't really,
them. Yeah,
it's like you can't do anything to change that. It's
no. Matthew, if people don't believe you're holy, you have to kill your friends. That's
I don't know.
Jesus said that. I'm fairly sure.
It's like he's just running up and just like be like, I'm gonna be the most pious motherfucker you ever saw, and you're all gonna be sorry. It feels like he should have just been like, all right, well, I'm just gonna keep doing what I do because I believe in it. It's like, no, I need you to believe that I believe it.
I feel like he went to 2 extreme lengths to try and prove himself.
Yeah.
And that's a good lesson for everyone. To like, ignore the haters.
Yeah.
Don't murder your friends to prove that you believe something.
If you,
Sorry, I shouldn't say murder. That's not fair. Manslaughter.
Yeah. Look, come on. Alleged. We don't want to get sued. Look,
no,
so like
again.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like, if you are doing something and you believe in it and you believe in yourself, like if people don't
that
believe,
should be enough.
That should be enough. Yeah, you don't have to prove shit to anybody. Like if you want to, like whatever you want to do with your life, as long as it's not hurting anybody, which this is actively hurting somebody.
It literally is hurting people. Yeah.
His 2 friends. I mean, I guess his 2 friends could have stopped at any time, but at the same, I don't know.
But God, who knows? I mean, the friends who remain unnamed in this whole account, they should be the ones who are saints. Really.
I'm starting to feel like this didn't happen. Like he got wherever he was going.
Wait, what?
Like, you walked here barefoot? Yeah, and a couple guys. They died back there.
And actually, he just went by himself, but with really thick boots, and then took them off just before he got to church.
It's like, that's amazing.
Yeah, there were 2 other guys here. They died.
Who were they? You wouldn't know them. Well, should we go find their bodies? Like,
no, they'll disintegrate. It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
They're with Jesus now.
Yeah, that's all that's important.
Yeah, so the patron saint of going too far to prove yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So, clearly impressed, the Bishop of Léon in France asked Norbert to reform the canons in his see. But the canons wanted nothing to do with Norbert's type of reform. I can't imagine why, based on...
I'm sorry, can you explain what the canons are? Because I don't... Wait, his church had canons and it was like...
I think a canon is like a high-up priest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically his contemporary high-up priests saw Norbert's attitude towards religion as too strict, which is kind of understandable, I'd say, at this point, having killed people. Right.
So the Bishop of Lyon was like, I like the cut of your jib, son.
Sorry, not Lyon. Léon. Different place. So Lyon is spelled L-E-O-N, and Léon is spelled L-A-O-N.
Wow.
And they're different places in France, apparently.
Okay.
There's a
It's
fun geography lesson for you there.
It's like off-brand Lyon.
Yeah.
So okay, so the Bishop of Lyon is like, I need your help because these priests I need them reformed.
Yeah, I need them to die of being barefoot in the snow.
Yeah. So he's like, I got this guy from out of town. He just trudged here in the snow. I'm just gonna make him do my dirty work and fire all these priests that I don't want to fire.
I think so. Yeah. So I think he saw him as very pious and was like, this guy is bishop material.
This guy gets it.
Yeah. Oh, kill your friends, but dedicated to Jesus? That's our man. But a lot of the bishop's colleagues were like, no, this guy's nuts. No, thank you.
Also, fair counterpoint.
Yeah. This is what happened. I'm fairly sure this is what happens at like religious councils. Someone's like, I want to do some reforms, and everyone's like, this guy's insane.
Yeah.
But then, Norbert had the last laugh because he's a saint now. So the bishop was trying to keep Norbert on side, but clearly Norbert was like rubbing up a lot of people the wrong way. So he offered Norbert the opportunity to start his own religious community and do things his way.
Yeah. Screw you guys, I'm going to start my own monastery.
Yeah, it's like, let's put him in rural France where he can't hurt anybody.
It's just like, people around here don't like you. What if you just fucked off to the middle of nowhere? Huh?
Yeah, basically.
How about that?
So, on Christmas Day, 1120, Norbert established the Canons Regular of Prémontre, which had 13 canons in it. So I guess they were his friends.
Oh, okay.
And it was a very strict sort of place.
Uh-huh.
So somewhere I read that basically he applied the kind of revolutionary attitude that he'd gained from his own sort of conversion. He had that revolutionary zeal that he applied to religion as well. So it's like, everything changed for me, so everything needs to change all over the place.
For all of the faith.
Yes.
Okay.
So this was controversial because he wanted to change things up, basically.
Seems yeah, I can see how that would be.
Yeah. So
at this point, everybody's like, "Hey, we had a good thing going." Like even the ones who like believed were like, "Hey, come on, guys."
Pretty much. So it's that classic like zeal of the convert kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Ugh,
So
those people are annoying.
Yeah, totally. So I feel like he was more fun before he was saintly, to be honest.
Because it's like he was a fun asshole, and now he's just like a really strict asshole.
Now he's just like one of those annoying people that's just like holier than thou kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to have all the fun in your youth because you were rich, and now you're saying that no one else can be. But despite the strictness of his community, or perhaps because of it, his place attracted many disciples.
Oh, okay.
His ideas proved popular. So I think it's like there was so much corruption about at the time that people wanted this like authoritarian change because it was a bit different.
Oh yeah. So he's like a strongman leader, and people are like, "Oh, I just like that he's a strong."
Yeah, people are attracted to fascism sometimes. It's weird,
I get
but
that.
it's happening right now. So
Yeah. Is it? I haven't. I didn't notice.
That's the problem, Matthew. We need people to notice.
Oh, okay. Psst, guys.
Guys, there's fascism.
This is fascism.
We're just a jolly comedy podcast about saints, but also please join the resistance.
Yes. Also, please just punch fascists. Yeah. So people are like, all these other monasteries, they're so easygoing. I want to go to like a real hardcore monastery.
Yeah, I want to be told I'm a sinner.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm bad, Daddy. I mean, Father.
Yeah. So he's got this really popular monastery.
Yes. Even the canons who'd originally rejected him asked to be part of his reforms. So that's a sign of how popular it was.
Well. Look who came crawling back.
All the monks. So the young community at first lived in huts made of wood and clay, arranged like a camp around a chapel.
Okay.
But they soon built a larger church and a monastery for the religious people who joined in increasing numbers, up to the point where they had 8 abbeys and 2 convents, which means, that's right, they even let women in.
Ooh,
shocking.
Yeah. Hey, you got the ladies camp across the lake.
Norbert, he still fucks. No,
Yeah.
I'm just casting aspersions there.
Yeah. It's like, it like just one day it's like, hey, what if we let some ladies in here? Huh?
That would make it more popular. Jesus told me to do these
I think that would really spread the word of God.
It would sow the seeds of religion.
Yeah. Okay, so 8 abbeys.
Yeah, and 2 convents.
2 convents and a church. 2 churches. No, they had one church.
A chapel, a larger church, a monastery.
Right. Okay.
All the buildings.
So it's so big.
It's like they're playing a game of Carcassonne or something. They're just
Yeah.
expanding. So essentially, Norbert produced a community that would be somewhat monastic as far as house ministry. But there was his sort of driving force, apparently, was this idea that priests needed a place to be a haven of like contemplative asceticism. So I guess like away from the temptations of this world, so they could focus on Jesus.
Okay, so contemplative asceticism.
Yeah,
as opposed
the name
to
of the
just
game.
like horrible deprivation that is normally the case with asceticism, right?
I guess so, but also like there were a lot of places around at that time that were just kind of corrupt. You know, like in medieval sort of Catholicism times, it'd be all like clerics or clergy extracting money for people to get into heaven and then just spending it on having a good time.
Right. And to be clear, this is something that happened just in the Middle Ages.
Oh,
and
thousands of years ago.
They
yeah,
cleared
it doesn't
this
happen
up
now.
after this
it's
whole
all
incident.
solved.
It's all they've got it all cleared up. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So people come to the monastery for
to be more holy.
Right.
But one thing was missing from their church.
A puppy?
Almost. Relics!
Yeah, relics. Time to go rob some graves.
Pretty much. They should phone up Glenn from the St. Gemma Kilgunny website.
I feel like I see him like on a stage, like, go my minions, go rob graves.
Find the relics and bring them back here. No, so they went on an expedition to find relics for the church.
Okay.
Which is just a normal thing.
Yeah, it's just totally normal. Like, we believe these people to be among the holiest of the members of our church and great examples that we should try to strive for. So we should definitely go desecrate their final resting places.
Can you imagine, like, if they were fundraising for that trip? Like, oh, just give us some money so we can just go and dig up some people's graves.
Yeah, throw us a few bones so we can go find a few bones.
Nice. You should have done the marketing for them.
I always...
Way more
Nobody
successful.
listens to me.
Certainly not to this podcast. Oh.
So where did they start going to look for bones?
So Norbert led a trip to Cologne to obtain relics for the church. He's said to have had a vision in a dream which led him to the spot where the relics of St. Ursula and her companions was buried.
Oh, okay.
He also found the relics of St. Gereon and other martyrs. So this is like one of the big events of his life, is that God told him where to find the bones.
Right.
And he brought them back to his
church.
So
he's just stumbling upon a lot of mass graves that he happens to know the location of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
weird hobby.
I suspect foul play. Like he knows.
That's so uncharitable of you, Matthew.
I think that, here's the thing. It's a perfect crime. Like, you're worried that people might find out about the bodies you buried. So you're like, hey, why don't we go look for relics? I think there might be some bones over there. And then when people find bones, they're like, that's a miracle.
Yeah.
But you're like,
it's like, but hang on. Why does the bones of St. Ursula look a lot like your friend John, who came with you on that barefoot snow expedition and was never to be seen again? I don't know. It's St. Ursula. For sure.
It's like, listen, buddy, unless you want to become relics yourself, you better shut your goddamn mouth.
Girl, foul play indeed. I think we got to the bottom of this, for sure.
Can I just say, this is also like, you remember when Elon Musk sent his car into space?
Vaguely.
Yeah, like, so he put a Tesla on a SpaceX rocket that was apparently his personal Tesla.
So and it was like the first car in space.
Yeah, shot into space.
What a dickhead.
And I was like, there's no way there's not a body in that trunk, right? Like, there is...
the best, hiding in plain sight, the evidence.
Yeah, I feel like that was like Elon Musk drove up to Tesla one day, just like haggard and like jittery and unshaven, and was like, hey guys, we need to shoot my car into space. And they're like, why do we need to shoot your
He's
car
like, don't ask
space?
any questions or I'll fire you.
It's for science. Shut your fucking mouth and do it.
So yeah, Norbert was the proto Elon Musk at this point in this way.
Anyway.
So yeah, it just happened upon a load of relics. Great times.
Okay, so he's got a bunch of relics.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes back home with a bunch of bones.
Yeah, now his church is legit.
Oh, okay.
No one can question that.
This is why my church never took off. I never stole anybody's bones.
Hey, you could just order some Gemma Galgani relics and start your own shop.
We've already discussed how those are not real relics.
So you don't want to give your hard-earned dollar to Glenn
I mean, I do kind of want a piece of St. Jim, but I don't want to encourage people to steal.
You don't want him to know where you live. That's the problem.
I also don't want to encourage people to grave rob.
No.
I just feel like...
It's the official position of Saint Misbehaving Podcast that grave robbing, even if you're a saint, is unacceptable.
Yeah. No. Don't rob.
However, if you believe that you are a saint and you're planning to rob some graves, do write in, because we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love to know. Any grave robbing tips anybody wants to share? Just let us know. So
we'll publish them on the Patreon. There's a nice incentive for people
now
to
what?
subscribe. So that was one of the missions that he did, the Great Relic mission. Another significant mission that he took, he went to Antwerp to deal with heretics.
To deal with heretics. It sounds like he got to the city limits and just rolled up his sleeves. All right, I'm going to deal with these assholes now.
Let me at them. I don't know what the particular heresy was, but he went to Antwerp and apparently convinced a lot of heretics that they were wrong. So they're pretty good job.
It's like, hey, if we just admit that we're wrong, will you leave? Because last time I checked, we were 2 countries away. Yeah.
Yeah, so they renounced their heresy. So that's, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
And that earned him the title, the Apostle of Antwerp. So that was one of the notches on his saintly CV, was that he converted a lot of heretics.
Bit of a mixed metaphor, but I get what you're saying.
So one day, Count Theobald II of Champagne, who I assume is like an old friend.
Yeah, sounds like a fun guy.
Yeah, I didn't get any context on him, but I assume he's like a friend from Norbert's like posh fuckboy days.
Oh, okay.
Of we'll remember when we used to bet on horses together, that kind of thing. They were
He
all
comes to
friends.
find Norbert. He's like, Norbert, I was just in Paris. You know they've invented butt stuff?
And Norbert's like, look, okay, I've had a hard enough time trying to avoid hand jobs now that I'm holy.
It's like, come on, man.
But no, Count Theobald II apparently came to Norbert because he wanted to become a monk. So clearly being an aristocratic monk means that you appeal to other aristocratic folk to suggest that they should be monks. But Norbert counselled him to remain a layman and to marry. So clearly he was a monk. His old friend shows up and he's like, you don't want to do this, mate.
Dude, you're not... Listen, I know you. You are going to hate this.
Yeah.
Unless you're willing to get struck by lightning and knocked out by a horse.
It's like, listen, if you've just discovered butt stuff from Paris, don't become a monk.
Yeah.
Okay? You got to get the butt stuff for both of us. Okay?
He's like, no, man, the butt stuff was too much. I've done too much. I need to
repent. Yeah.
I need to repent. I've seen too much.
But no, Norbert advised him not to become a monk and to marry instead.
Right.
But this guy was insistent that he wanted to still contribute to religious life. So Norbert made up a few rules, and this is said to have basically become the first example of lay affiliation with the religious order. So you've got your priests who are celibate, and then you've got like other people who are just enthusiastic, but it's not like a
they're just fans.
vocation for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like you can preach, be religious, but you still get to try all the new stuff they're promoting in Paris.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, so he can still give like a sermon or something. He can preach.
Yeah, but like no one will take it that seriously.
Oh, okay. No.
I don't really know. I've only been to Catholic like mass a few times.
I've never seen a lay person give mass.
Okay.
I mean,
they I don't think they do the mass because that's like a sacrament. Yeah. But like you can do a little preaching.
Do a little, yeah.
Maybe
get some conversions
lesson
on the side or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now this makes me think that Norbert didn't have the most holiest intentions, because it was on a trip accompanying Theobald to his marriage that Norbert was spotted by the Emperor Lothair, and the Emperor chose him as the Bishop of Magdeburg. So Norbert went to this wedding that he'd clearly advised his friend to have.
Right.
And made professional connections.
Okay. So you think he arranged this whole thing?
Yeah. Okay. I think he still wanted to have a bit of fun.
Okay.
By the sounds of things.
Sure. Who can blame him?
You got to get your kicks where you can, right? Especially when, I think by this point, he'd basically given all his possessions to the poor. Mm-hmm. So maybe missing his old lifestyle. So having a wedding could have been like the first time he'd had booze in years.
Right. I actually had a discussion with my wife today about how a friend of ours might get married soon. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I thought all your friends had gotten married. I don't want to go to any more weddings.
Wow.
I'm so over weddings.
See, whereas I'm still of the age where I'm like, it's free booze.
No, I
It's
just
a
don't want
great
to do it.
time. Only like 2 of my friends who are my age have got married.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Is like when you're in your 20s and 30s, you're just like all your friends are getting married, and you go to a
But
bunch,
see,
and you're like,
your wife is in her 30s and you're in your
yes,
40s,
I know.
so that's kind of on you.
Yeah, that's not my fault. So yeah, I was like, I thought all your friends had gotten married. She's like, actually, hardly any of my friends have gotten married. And I was like, oh fuck, you're right. So if you get married, if you find the right guy one day, I don't know,
Me?
just invite me to the reception.
Wait, so you're saying you do like weddings, but not the religious bit?
Yeah, well, I definitely don't want to go to the religious bit.
I went to a wedding of 2 friends who were not religious, but they had their wedding in a Christian chapel, and it was just super uncomfortable.
It's so dumb. Yeah.
Like, it's like you're making promises to a god that you don't believe in.
If you get married, will you let me officiate?
I cannot make any promises. That would have to be a joint couple decision.
I've done that before.
You'd fucking forget my name. You'd be like, do you, Anne, take this man, Fanny, to be your lawful wedded husband?
Do you, Danny, and Lady Danny? I forget.
You both got brown hair. I have no idea. Yeah, no, sorry. You can do a speech, but you can't officiate.
I promise I'll learn your names before the wedding ceremony.
Wow, I'm touched. Hey, I mean, neither of us have proposed yet, so it's not on the cards anytime soon.
Tell Danny that, and maybe that'll light a fire under him.
What? If you don't propose to me soon, Matthew will officiate our wedding.
No. If you Matt offered to officiate our wedding, and then he'll be like, oh, well, now I do want to get married.
I feel like that'll be the opposite. I feel like if I bring this up, Danny's going to try and sell our flat.
Wow.
Harsh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Hurtful. Okay, so he makes this connection at the wedding with the emperor, and he becomes the bishop of where?
Magdeburg.
Is that a nice place?
Well, it's a fancy place by the sounds of it.
Oh.
Because when Norbert showed up at Magdeburg, the porter at the abbey, he wouldn't let him in to the bishopy residence because he thought he was a beggar.
What?
And there was like a crowd of people, and they pointed out to the porter that this isn't a beggar, it's the new bishop of the area. But Norbert said, actually, you were right the first time.
Oh.
So that's a sign of like maybe how humbled he was.
Right.
That he was like, I'm no big deal. I'm just some tramp.
But carry my bindle, porter.
Yeah, but you do need to give me the keys because this is my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a big deal around here, I guess. But I don't want to brush my hair.
I beg your forgiveness, but you have to give me those keys.
So, on taking up his new role at Magdeburg, Norbert was grieved to find that much property belonging to the church and the poor had been usurped by powerful men, and that many of the clergy led scandalous lives. So I think he maybe saw a bit of his former self in the priests at Magdeburg.
Some of these priests had been to Paris, if you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean. So Norbert carried the love of reform that he'd found in his own life into his new diocese.
Great.
So he had a drastic change, and he was like, drastic change worked for me.
Yeah.
We need it here.
Okay.
So he was particularly strict about the need for celibacy among priests. Which I'm like, feel like that's one of them like minimum requirements.
And somebody in the back was like, even hand stuff. Yes, even hand stuff.
What about the new butt stuff? Especially not butt stuff.
That's rule number 1.
If they were rewriting the 10 Commandments, it's like, number 1, thou shalt not do butt stuff.
Yes.
But he also set about restructuring the finances because there was a lot of corruption, and so he wanted to make it more transparent.
Yeah.
So it's a classic medieval thing of like, pay this tithe to get into heaven.
Right.
And then the priest would spend that on booze or whatever. So he wanted to
It's like, how much are we spending on silk monk robes? This has got to stop.
Yeah, I mean, you're a monk. You can deal with hemp. Like,
yeah,
that's the most you can expect.
I'm sorry, why is all the communion wine champagne? These are unnecessary expenses. I feel like
we can save so much church money if we just go for Sainsbury's box wine.
Yeah.
Like, that is cost-cutting 101. Surprisingly, not all these reforms were popular.
There was a protest march. We demand hand stuff. We demand hand stuff.
you can take our hand jobs, but you'll never take our freedom.
Exactly.
So yes, in his reforms, Norbert made many enemies. And in fact, there were 3 attempts made on his life. So he was not a popular guy. Which again, I feel like that shows his dedication to the cause, you know?
Right.
He was so devout that he didn't even care. I mean, we saw earlier that he just lost friends in pursuit of his holiness. So here he's making enemies.
Meh.
After 3 assassination attempts, he was kind of a bit disheartened, let's say.
You know what? I feel like after the 3rd assassination attempt, anybody's going to be feeling a bit down about themselves. It's like, it's me, right? I must be doing something wrong.
Yeah. I mean, the first one, I could see how that would be your problem, but
yeah, that guy's crazy. Isolated incident. Happens the second time. Maybe
not
that was
so
his friend.
isolated. Yeah. So yeah, at that point, he left the city because he was so disgusted by everyone's desire to stick to the old ways of doing stuff. But he returned at the...
I love this. Like, what would Jesus do?
Give up.
Run? Yeah. He certainly wouldn't allow himself to be killed.
Nice. So he was soon called back, not because the citizens missed him, but because the emperor and the pope pressured him to go back. So classic succumbing to what the management wants.
This is hey man, we don't care if you die, but we need this job done.
Yeah, dedicated to the cause, for sure. So as far as I can tell, he did go back, stayed there for a while. Then in 1130, Pope Innocent II was elected in Rome.
Again,
but
just the most suspicious name for a pope.
Yeah, you cannot get a more suspicious name.
Pope, who, me? No.
Yeah, so Pope Innocent II was elected in 1130, but there was a schism because some people wanted Anacletus II, who was an anti-pope, which sadly just means someone that other people think should have been pope. But I think it should mean, like, you know, someone who's like, yeah, fuck whoever you want. You know, the Bible doesn't matter. Who is Jesus? I don't care. Like, that would have been a way more fun anti-pope.
I would love if every time they elected a pope, they elected an anti-pope who was out there trying to undo everything the pope's doing. Not that the pope's doing everything wrong. It's just like, hey, just everyone. Just fun.
There's some things, to be fair.
It seems like, it'd be
like
fun
just throwing it, like, at the papal, like, inauguration, just throwing out free condoms. Would have been great.
I mean, yeah, just like it's the Pope's nemesis, right? Like, I love the Pope as like a superhero, and then like the anti-Pope is always like, "I'll get you next time, Pope." And then he flies away on his Pope glider. I don't know.
Well, surely a flying Pope-mobile. But Norbert supported Innocent and resisted Anacletus to the point where he advised Lothar, the Holy Roman Empire, who'd given him his bishop job, to lead an army to Rome to protect Innocent's claim to the papacy.
Okay.
So Norbert accompanied Lothar to Rome and helped ensure, I think by violent means, that Innocent ended up crowned pope.
Oh, so Norbert's out there just like murdering people now.
I couldn't find direct confirmation of that, but that was sort of implied, yes.
Yeah, this is fun. This guy's got a fun life.
It's certainly been eventful.
Certainly.
So as a result, Norbert was made Archbishop of Magdeburg.
Oh, okay.
For supporting the right guy. But on returning from Rome, turned out he caught malaria at some point along the way. So if you're doing some religious wars, you gotta be careful about getting malaria. So he finally succumbed to the disease on this day, 6th of June, 1134. That was when he died. R.I.P.
So wait, so he died of the malaria?
Yes, that he'd got on his war trip.
So he never got to be Archbishop?
So he was Archbishop for a tiny bit, but I don't think he made much of it.
No, that's too bad.
But yeah, that was him. So he was this fuckboy, and then he had a conversion, and then he tried to convert everyone else, basically. That was...
And then when that didn't work, he tried to murder a bunch of motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, first of all, you know, he tried to murder people on his gap year. Right. But inadvertently, actually. He wasn't trying. But yeah, that was Norbs.
So wait, so was his relics plundered?
Good question. So when he died, both the canons at his cathedral, which I think is called Saint Norbert, and the canons at another place called St Mary's Abbey, both claimed the body. So they ended up asking King Lothar.
Oh, I hope this ends in a tug of war over a corpse.
I wish. In the end, Lothar decreed that the body should indeed be buried at the Norbertine Abbey.
Right.
But then, about 400 years later, in 1524, Martin Luther preached in Magdeburg. And as a result, Magdeburg became Protestant.
Whoa, man, that guy was good.
He didn't even have to kill anyone. They were just all on board. So because of that, because Norbert was a Catholic saint, he couldn't stay there. So numerous attempts were made over the centuries by the Abbey of Strahov in Prague to retrieve Norbert's body. And only after several military defeats at the hand of Emperor Ferdinand II was the Abbot of Strahov able to claim the body. So on the 2nd of May 1627, so a full 103 years after Martin Luther and 500 years after Norbert died, the body was brought to Prague, where it remains to this day, displayed as an auto icon in a glass-fronted tomb. So we could do the Saint Misbehaving tour and go and visit Norbs in Prague.
So wait, so when you say that he couldn't stay in Germany because it was Protestant, it wasn't the Protestants who had a problem with that.
No, it was the
Catholics.
They were like, ew, we can't have him stay here. He'll get Protestant cooties.
Okay, so like the Protestants were like, it's fine, he's just buried here.
Yeah.
We have no problem with it. And they were like, no.
No, get the spades. We got to do some grave digging.
We need to respect this man and dig up his goddamn body, move it.
To be fair, from how he treated other people's relics, I feel like that's what he would have wanted.
Yeah. Oh no, for real. That's absolutely. I mean, it was
Disturb my corpse, please.
Yeah. Look, if somebody doesn't make a bunch of relics out of my body, I was really hoping you were going to say that the emperor was just like, we need to cut the body in half and put it into...
Like, is that Solomon?
Yeah. So it's like, if it's like a King Solomon one, and it's like, no, don't cut it in half.
You can have the skull and I'll have the feet.
Right. You know, they divvying up, it's like, you know, picking teams in grade school where it's just like,
I'll want the femur.
Femur, and it's like, okay, well, I'm taking the tibia. All right, well, I want the ribs. And it's like, well, I want the pelvis. Oh, shit.
You can have 6 ribs each, surely.
Should have asked for the pelvis.
Well, that was the bit that got all the action anyway, at least before his conversion. So yeah, he was canonized in 1582 by Pope Gregory XIII. And his statue appears above the Piazza colonnade of St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. So he's kind of a big deal because of his general reforms and missions to places.
And his support of Pope Innocent.
Yeah, who was also a big deal.
Was his statue put up by Pope Innocent?
I don't think so, because he wasn't venerated until the 16th century. Well, so that was Pope Gregory XIII.
Right. Okay. So, he had an eventful life.
Yeah.
Like a popular dude. You can see why people like him. Does he have any festivals or anything?
I don't think so. It's like, so Saint Norbert's Day being today, it's like an unofficial, non-mandatory celebration from what I could find out. He had like a couple of miracles. So he did, when he was traveling around, he did casting out demons, as we discussed.
Totally legit miracle, right?
Yeah, curing a blind lady. But also apparently on one occasion, while he was doing Holy Communion, a poisonous spider fell into his goblet. And
on accident.
Yeah.
Is this one of the assassination attempts?
It's possible. But he trustingly drank the Holy Communion with the spider in the goblet.
So he knew. Okay.
And he drank it anyway because he trusted in the Lord. And the spider crawled out of his nose.
That is not a miracle. That is.
I feel like you would have rather been poisoned by the spider than have that happen to you.
Here's the thing.
Like, if there's a spider in my wine, I'd rather just die. I do not want it coming out my nose.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Poisonous or not, if a spider falls in my wine, I'm just like, well, that spider's got to come out. Like, that's just.
Well, it did come out of his nose.
No, it's got to come out before I drink it. It's not. I mean.
I don't care if this is the blood of Christ. I'm pouring this on the floor because I'm not drinking it with a spider in it.
It's like, excuse me, garçon, can I get a new cup of wine here? There seems to be a spider in this one.
And apparently it's poisonous.
Yeah. Also
but the point is he trusted in the Lord. So the spider didn't poison him. It just crawled out of his nose. And that's how you know you found favor with God.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm really enjoying this because you're so uncomfortable.
I am. I feel like, okay, so the spider wasn't poisonous, and then the spider can just like go away. It's like
it doesn't have to crawl out his nose. It can crawl out the cup before it goes in his mouth. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: can you just like the thought of I've swallowed something? It is now crawling up the back of my throat.
Into my nasal passage.
Yeah, through my sinuses, down my nose, and then out onto my lip. Like, what?
Maybe he just thought it was really strong communion wine.
And then at that point, how are you not like...
he just took a bow and was like, ladies and gentlemen, the Holy Spirit.
Hey, give a round of applause for the spider, everybody. How do you not just like then swat it away? Like that's there's nothing good about it.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle, Matthew. Don't
miracle.
Question it. It's a miracle. So, what do you think his patronages were?
Was he the patron saint of hand stuff? Was he...
I think we should make an official campaign for him to be the patron saint of hand stuff.
Was he the patron saint of party boys?
He was not. Okay. So
right.
His relics ended up in Prague, which in the Middle Ages, the Czech Republic was known as Bohemia. So he's the patron saint of Bohemia. And if you interpret Bohemia as like Bohemian, then maybe, party boys, there's a relation there. But only very tenuous.
So he's potentially the patron saint of Bohemians.
But officially just the patron saint of Bohemia.
Bohemia, right. Is he the patron saint of having cold feet?
No.
Of frostbite? Did it say that he lost any toes?
All he lost was 2 friends, as far as I can tell.
Well, that's all right. You can always make more friends. You can't get more toes.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been a real miracle if he'd grown 2 toes back. But no, he just let 2 friends die.
Is he the patron saint of networking?
I thought he should have been that, but no.
Yeah. What are his patronages?
So he's the patron saint of Magdeburg.
Sure.
Makes sense. Also,
does that place still exist?
Oh, good question.
No,
Let me have a look. Magdeburg is the capital and second largest city of the German state of Saxony-Anhalt, situated on the Elbe River. So yeah, I think it does still exist.
Okay.
Looks pretty nice. Yeah. We should find an Airbnb there for our world tour.
Okay. I only want to take so many vacations with you. I just want to make that clear.
Well, yeah, but if we did like 2 weeks where we went to all the places, we could do that. Stay 1 night in each place.
Maybe.
If you want me to carry on researching these, you're going to have to give me a free holiday. That's the deal.
Fine. We'll see what we can do.
I'm sorry if I did not make this clear enough when I agreed to do the research.
Okay.
So he was patron of Bohemia, Magdeburg, for peace, which confuses me given that one of his major accomplishments was like starting
an
a
army.
war.
Yeah. Was convincing one guy to invade Rome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, a bit of a misplaced one, that one. And then also, again, confusing because it doesn't seem to have anything to do with his life story, but he's often invoked by pregnant people and people who are about to go into labour against birth complications.
Huh.
Which, I mean, maybe that's related to the spider coming out of his nose. I don't really know.
But, yes, if the complication you're trying to prevent against is having
a baby out of your nostrils
or giving birth to a spider, then yeah.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, who else has that kind of expertise? Nobody. Yeah, especially since, like, I don't think there was any mention of birth in the story.
No.
At the very least, you'd think...
Especially because, all the hand and butt stuff he was doing, he wasn't getting anyone pregnant.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he was doing some other more conventional things. So
Don't be so judgmental. This is a sex-positive podcast.
It is. But I would think, and I don't, maybe this is my sexism, but like, wouldn't you think that any saint involved in birth would probably be a woman?
I think that it would be fairer for a saint to have a patronage related to birth, to be someone who had been through that process, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If
only, it's not fair for him to take all the credit for, birth givers.
I'm trying to figure out where the sexism of the church lies on this. Because I was just saying, so from the church's perspective, you would think that anything that had to do with women's stuff, they would just assign women saints to that.
But then at the same time, I guess, all the lady saints probably are virgins because, the Catholic Church churches were weirdly obsessed with purity. So
Saint Matilda.
Yeah.
Saint Matilda, who had a bunch of disappointing children.
True.
So
yes,
yeah.
Maybe she should be the saint of birth givers.
Well, except for that her children all had the birth defect of being disappointing.
I'd say that's not a condition you get given at birth. It's more how you're raised. But
yeah, no, I don't know. Whatever.
Well, it sounds like, for his patronage is being full peace and against birth complication. Maybe he's really the patron saint of taking credit for stuff that other people have done.
Perhaps. Yeah, I could see him doing that. Well, because he also took credit for that guy who used to sing his his chants.
Yeah, very true.
I wonder if he ever stopped playing that guy to sing those chants for him.
I honestly think he sounds like a cooler dude before his conversion.
Maybe. I don't know. He sounded like he was a lot. Like he would be really annoying. Like he sounded like a
bit
difficult
entitled
friend.
Yeah.
Like, he'd flaky, like he'd break dates and you make plans to hang out and he'd just like not show up and
pay someone else to go instead.
Or he'd ask them to do something and they just show up drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
Just the kind of bad friend behavior. I don't know. He got maybe too into it. I feel like he overcorrected.
Yes.
Like he
Very
could have
much
been,
so.
Giving a lot of money to the poor and doing good works and things like that.
Without killing his friends.
Without killing his friends. Like that's all great. Just getting really deep into the administration of monasteries, it felt really like just not as virtuous, I guess. But Anna, do you think you'd ever see a point where you would ask for Saint Norbert to intercede for you?
Well, he's meant to be the patron against birth complications, but I feel like if I were pregnant and I was worried that I might have birth complications, he would not be a good guy to pray to because he'd probably fuck it up because it doesn't seem like he paid much attention in school.
Or he would outsource it to somebody who would be really good at it.
Yeah, that's true. He's got connections.
He should be the patron saint of outsourcing.
Yeah. I also, it was weird, I had like a weird encounter on Instagram the other day where I started chatting to someone from my school who was like one of the kind of rebellious cool kids. And I remember thinking, it was really weird. Like, she was friends with me, even though I was a massive dweeb, and she was kind of cool and rebellious. And then I remembered that she used to pay me to do her homework. And I was like, oh, that's why. And like, it was like, that kind of remote. Maybe I should call her Norbert now, because that sounds like the kind of thing he'd do.
Yeah. I think if I ever needed to convince a king to like give me a sweet position, or grant or something.
Or I guess if you accidentally murdered one of your friends and you needed a great excuse to be acquitted of responsibility there.
Right.
He had some pretty innovative ideas about that.
Or if I ever had to pass off past victims as holy relics. Like, I mean...
That's what I'm saying.
See, I'm never going to kill my friends like this. I'm never going hiking.
Which is sad that you don't consider me a friend. It means I'm not ruled out here.
Well, yeah. But I'm still not going hiking with people I'm not friends with, so...
okay. So no hiking at all.
No
is
hiking
your basic stand.
No. Yeah. It's not like I don't go hiking with friends. It's too intimate a relationship
Keep
to go
your
hiking
enemies, keep your friends hiking and your enemies even less hiking.
Yeah. So, something like that. Keep your friends stationary and your enemies hiking. So, yeah. Okay. So, had a checkered past, but he kind of came around.
He turned it around. I feel like more could have been made of his conversion. He could have been the patron saint of people realizing that they were a dick in a previous life.
That should really be like, the patron saint of like serious self-examination.
Yeah. Introspection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what we need is a patron saint of like just really taking stock of what you're doing with your life.
Do you reckon the Catholic Church doesn't value introspection enough to have a patron saint of that?
I feel like they don't want people asking too many questions. Because I don't think they have ultimately
enough
very
answers.
Satisfying answers.
Yeah.
If you dig too deep in it.
And that is the message of the Saint Misbehaving podcast. Have a blessed day.
Bye.